All right, shalom, shalom. I think we should be live. We're going to do a mic check. We're going to do a volume check. And
mic sound nice. Check one.
There we go.
All right, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, the Chicago branch. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, among the heathen, that look like the heathen. And to those few Akwaf that are listening and learning, we give a hearty shalom. And we're just going to go right into this. You know, if you've been keeping up with current events, if you weren't only focusing on Boston and Milwaukee, you know the story about this Peyton Gunderlin, I believe his name is. Now he went to the market up in Buffalo, New York, I believe. It was Buffalo, New York, right?
Correct.
And he shot, 13 people, killed 10 so-called Negroes, and injured 3 other people. Somebody get Psalms 73. Started about verse 3. And he you know what was the most amazing? Someone said it, and I was thinking it, you know. But he got taken alive after shooting this many people without incident. All right, you know. And it was St. Benji. I remember now. And I said, yeah, I know why he didn't get shot. He didn't pick up his cell phone. You know. All he had to do was to pick up his cell phone. They had shot him 20, 30 times. You know. Never mind the fact that he owned a semi-automatic rifle, shotgun, and pistols. You know. That you get taken alive. You pick up a cell phone, they air your ass out. All right.
This Psalms chapter 73, verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment.
Did you skip verse 4?
No, I said 4. You want me to read it again? Okay, come. This is Psalm 73 and 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Verse 4. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
And that's how he was able to. They had an episode of Atlanta.
Yep.
They had the 2 guys go to burn up the fucking school.
Yep.
Of course, the dark skinned one got shot. They both got flamethrowers, and the Edomite got the freeze, and he got arrested.
Yep.
You know, this is just part of the curses, man. All right, we Esau had us, and we fucked over. And this man can have a huge AR and get arrested. Freeze, arrested. A damn retard. They shot a retard.
Yep.
His counselor, whatever, his overseer, is telling them
They
he's mentally challenged.
they actually shot the overseer.
Okay, so like,
The retard they didn't shoot. The retard, if I'm not mistaken, was an Edomite. But his counselor, his counselor was Jake, and he came to try to calm the boy down, and the police came and shot the counselor, unarmed man who's trying to help his patient.
Yep.
Trying to de-escalate the situation.
Trying to de-escalate the situation and help his patient, man.
Yeah, they killed the security guard. He was security, dealing with a situation with a whole security big ass thing that say security, and the police killed him.
Shit, somebody, it was an old woman called the police for somebody in the house. Police jacked her up. Look, they don't discriminate, man, as far as sex either, man.
Right.
All right, but this dude got a whole big ass rifle. He could take out 4 cops with a quick 360 motion, left, right.
And he was wearing body armor.
Yep.
So the thing is, that's how he survived the gunfight with the security, the retired cop. The old guy it was a retired police officer that was working security there, who actually got into a gunfight with him, trying to stop him. He hit the kid like 3 or 4 times, but you know, but the kid got on that body armor and get right. Clearly, he had on some really good body armor. Yeah, bring it out, brother.
This is Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered him and said, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou have dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So guess what? He was given dominion, like in Revelation 6, talks about that red horse.
I got it right.
Go ahead.
This is
Now, hold on, before you bring it out, hold that. Let me get this. This is Habakkuk, because you know, going back to this guy, what he did, you know, the scripture says eye for eye, tooth for tooth, strike for strike. This man is supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
But you know, he could kill, you know, just wipe out our people like that. And nothing happens to him. Because you best believe if this was the other way around, he'd be in pieces right about now. All right? But this is Habakkuk 1 and 4. And it says, Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Because, and I was listening to it before I came here, I was listening to the news story. He shot and murdered, you know, in this terroristic attack. Because this was an act of terror. All right? White Christian terrorism at its greatest, because it's never stopped. It's been going on for 500 plus years. All right? But this guy just murdered 10 people, but yet the charges being brought up on him in court is first degree murder, 1 count of first degree murder, and a hate crime.
And he pleaded not guilty.
But it's like, wait a minute, this dude just murdered 10 people, injured and shot 3 others.
Live stream.
And live streamed it, but he's only being charged with first degree murder, 1 count.
Good Christian man.
You know
All
what's
right, but that's Christianity. This was a white Christian, and we got to keep pushing. We got to make people understand that. This is that Christian love. This was white Christian extremism, man. All right.
on the news, you know what they say? Now, if it was Jake, they immediately, when it's a Jake, they post up a picture. He could have been a scholar and everything. They find a one picture, got on some street clothes. Feels like they call him a thug, right? On the news, the guy immediately says, well, what about mental health? It could have been a mental health issue. He's 18.
That's the first thing they do.
Right. What you mean this man not fully developed at 18?
He had a whole plan. And just like right now, you got the shooter. You got the shooter that just shot 4 people in Laguna Woods, California. And they haven't. Matter of fact, can somebody pull it up and see if they showed his face yet? Because the fact that they haven't showed his face yet makes me think that this person was an Edomite too. Because usually when it's Jake, they plaster their face. You know, if it's a so-called black or brown man, their face is plastered. If it was Washington or Garcia, their face would be all over the news. You know.
Right. And then show you how coward Esau is. He go is somewhere to where he know there's not going to be a fight back. He go around where normally, and then he go early in the morning. Who normally, and you look at the video, it's a bunch of older women that he gunned down. Oh, yeah. He didn't really gun down no young who could fight back. He went, and then he went to a grocery store that's really not like a big grocery store.
He didn't go to the hood.
He didn't go to the hood,
right? He went to a place that was kind of like a suburbanite, well, you know, middle class Negro neighborhood, where you know he didn't really go like he didn't go to like what real niggas be. So to say. I hate to use that terminology under circumstances.
But it's real.
But
real is this shit real.
They say he went out there the day before. He did reconnaissance.
So he drove 400 miles. Yeah. So no, this dude drove almost 1,000 miles. He drove 200 miles one way direction to go, and that's why I'm starting to believe this was a psyop. But you mean to tell me this dude drove 200 miles to do reconnaissance on the area to check it out, see how he gonna do it? Drove all the way back home, and then drove 200 miles again. Well, you know, with 600 miles.
I'm not sure. I think he stayed when he went there first. I think he stayed overnight.
Oh, okay.
But he wanted to make sure, because wherever he said he's in the remote area, of course, for Edomites, he supposedly went to find niggas. He made sure he found the spot. That's why, what y'all saying, I mentioned, because he made sure he found the spot where there wouldn't be no niggas at, because he, as far as they know, niggas, other niggas, these heathens, they carry guns. Exactly. He don't want no flat. He made sure he spotted out, he found the right spot. There's old people here. He don't like. It's like we got the law. What did it say? He went after the weak. Everybody's your favorite scripture.
He went. Amalek. They attacked the. Why he getting that?
That's one of my second favorite scriptures. My first one is Esther's. You can't go far enough, but I do know that.
Con, why he's getting that? Yeah, could you pull that story up? I'm still waiting to see if they gonna show this because now it's went up. It's 1 dead and 4 people critically injured in California shooting. But I still have yet to see a face yet. And either way it goes, and they haven't. That's his face. No, that's the face for the California dude.
Yeah, no, that's the Buffalo.
That's the Buffalo dude.
Oh, okay.
Man, we trying to find the face of this guy.
Laguna Woods.
Who is this Laguna Woods guy? And the fact that they're slow on because you gotta understand. Right when I was watching the news, the first story that came on was nigga shit downtown.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
So they trying to do the distraction thing already. And they showing you all these brown kids, man. What they did. All these niggas and spiggers is running around all downtown. And some 16-year-old gets shot, and then 2 other men got shot on some regular street shit. All right. But the distraction stories are starting already. And I just told someone, you best believe within a day or two, there's got to be a distraction story to get the heat off the white male, because it's like Esau, he has to uphold this false image that they have in themselves. And every time Esau gets shamed and he gets put on Front Street, like with Jeffrey Epstein, they have to make that because we all know what happened once Jeffrey Epstein was put to death, so that he wouldn't run his mouth. And then as soon as Galil, what's her name, Giselle, as soon as she went to court and she got to singing and dropping all these names, all of a sudden the big C thing, the endemic thing came and made that go away.
The C and R. Kelly.
All right,
make sure you put a nigga up. Get your attention on him.
There you go.
Don't worry about the mass child rapist. Let's focus on this guy who supposedly did some shit all these years ago.
Right. Let's not worry about this mass rapist who've been, snatching girls up, trafficking girls from all over the damn country, all over America, and provide with all these people in Hollywood that were supporting him and being customers to him. Never mind them. We're just gonna worry about R. Kelly and this demic thing.
I did pull the scripture up. This is Deuteronomy 25:17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you came forth out of Egypt. How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee.
Right.
When thou wast faint and weary and feared not God.
So if we traveling, we doing a forced march. All right. If we doing a forced march where it's like, look, shit going down, brothers, we heading for the wilderness, and so we all walking in the wilderness. All the men, the warriors, and the brothers that's on guard is gonna be in the front. Automatically, who's gonna be toward the back? The women and the children. The slower, the weaker.
And the ones on crutches, the ones
exactly
the feeble,
injured brothers, that they're gonna be in the back, man. So they did the pussy move. Same thing they did with Gad. They would wait for the Braves to go hunting, and then they would come in and attack and kill. Gad would come back from hunting to feed their families, and they come back and they ain't got no families. All they wives been snatched up, raped, and all their children been put to the death. All right. That was a common thing by these white Christian extremists here in America, man. All right, they killed what was it, 1.6 million buffalo, just to try to starve them out so that they can have all this land and be wealthy. Bring it out, brother.
This is Genesis 4:15 of to why Esau is protected. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. So little by little, he's losing his protection. But he's protected, all right, but the Lord's going to ultimately judge him, man. All right, so this is only temporary, and even now the Lord's taking it away little by little.
Yeah, the Lord gonna deal with Esau, eat him his way, man.
Right. Vengeance is mine. That's why he said, "Wait upon me,
Yeah.
till I restore double unto you."
Con, that is a mountain of what Gad calls Tatunka.
Buffalo.
That was the bison.
Yeah.
They refer to them as Tatunka. I was just watching a video when that herd of buffalo went running when all them cops was trying to come onto that Gadite land. If you remember that a couple years back, man, that was a very spiritual moment. But they killed those are skulls of buffalo that the so-called white man just killed for the simple reason for the sport of it and to try and starve out, you know, the natives of this land, which was Gad and Reuben, man.
Kill off a whole species of animals.
Damn, they killed them off. They just now, 100+ years later, begin to get their numbers back up, man, because he damn near exterminated.
Buffalo's big. You can get a lot of meat off them things.
You know?
Huge.
And so they let
Well, you know, because they would go out and they would hunt and they would catch a couple buffaloes and it feed the whole tribe.
Right.
And then they wasted nothing. They used the bones for tools and weapons.
Right.
They used the skin. They used it. They made clothes for tents. Right. Right. Exactly. So they weren't just going around killing them so they can hang their skulls up.
Right.
So they can stuff. You know, what do they call them people?
Taxidermist.
Taxidermists. Yeah. You know, they just want to put an animal up on the wall, stuff his head.
And also the former currency too. You know, from trade.
Yeah, the bones and teeth, all that there were. The fur, the hides. That was money. That was part of your wealth.
Yeah.
Because if you can take the hides and use them for clothes, and
You
use them for
could use it for trade.
use them for trade.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 sides.
Matter of fact, what founded Chicago was DuSable, was the fur trade from killing these animals and selling that fur. That's what founded the whole city of Chicago. That was money.
Yeah,
that
they
was
were
wealth.
big. Yeah, when Esau Edom came, you know, when these cages of corn brought their red ass over here, they started doing the beaver trade, man. All right, they started getting, you know, and of course they would eat the beaver meat too, wicked ass. All right, but you know, because the beaver got that hide that can handle the cold and the water and stuff. You know, so they would make clothes and hats and stuff like that to deal with the weather. Bring it out, brother.
Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Good time.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, like I was saying, man. That's all he did was to subdue people. Like the devil he is. You know, he always deceive when he come around, he act like he's
Skullduggery.
Then he slaughter your family.
Peace, love.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's how
And
he
then
was.
kill.
That was him bringing in that democracy, you know. Grenade,
Democracy.
right? The two go hand in hand, man. But you bring out that scripture.
Come. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and they that should slacken, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, which is Esau Edom, man. The Lord is giving him the power to kill, man. You know, and that's why the scripture says in Psalm 17, to deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. Because the Lord did set this man up on the left hand side.
Go ahead and get it. His blessing. That thing's Genesis 27:41 or something like that.
I was just watching the Edomite on TikTok. He said, I'm walking the left-hand path. And it was the Edomite.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying, yeah. I said, God damn, you motherfucker know all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm just walking the left-hand path.
Yeah, there's this video circulating on TikTok. It's got this big ass Edomite walking into the gym, and you see him working out, and it's playing like this this very, very gloomy, like what's the word I'm looking for? Ominous music.
Right.
And what he's saying is, I gotta get in shape so I can be stronger and faster than these people, because a lot of these people in here working out are gonna be the very people I'm gonna be hunting down to eat.
Yeah, Esau getting ready. Remember the video? Yeah, that's right. That's what it said. The dude is in the gym with the 2 barbells. He just keep lifting up like he ain't down.
Like a foot control that shit. Like what? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that video. He had two dumbbells in his hands and hold them this way. And he kept doing this.
And they laughing at him the whole time. He getting ready. Muscle memory,
muscle memory, man.
Quick aim down sights.
And he probably got heavy duty guns that actually got a little weight on them. So he's right.
And for the record,
it's like if you got a heavy sword, you know, the way you're gonna make that sword get light is by swinging it. You start working with that sword in slow motion, 100 strokes.
And we just
100 strokes.
We play softball, and in order to get at the bat to get ready to play, you put a weight on the bat.
Yeah.
Donut, we call it a donut.
Donut, right.
You put it on the bat and makes the bat heavier. So then when you finally come up, the bat is light as hell. So it's not as heavy as it was before.
I've also seen some of them old school baseball players pick up 2 or 3 bats and just start, swinging them. Get that, so when they got that one bat, it's nothing to them. They get used to swinging it. Right?
That's how we do it.
But this Edomite also got used to being protected, like the brother read in Genesis that 4:15. But if you go all the way to the end of the verse at 23-24, it says that Lamech said unto his wives Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. So going up against this Edomite and this type of thing and whatnot, he understood that he was protected by the Lord, because he says, if Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold. So he been hid behind this, and like you said, with the drones and whatnot, if he's got anything where he's getting ready to actually have to confront somebody and there's a possibility of a fight back, I'm just sending a drone in. I'm not going to face you head up. I don't need to face you head up.
It's a losing fight.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 50, and starting verse 16.
Wow.
Oh, you got something?
I'm Salakia. I did a video on the subject matter, and you got some white guy named John Buffalo, and his response is, he's an old man. He said, I've been hunting animals for over 90 years.
Oh, damn.
That's his response to this Edom. So these Edomites are getting ready, man.
He said, I've been hunting.
Call them
so
animals.
they call niggas animals. So
Exactly.
he's like, nigga, I'm ready.
That spirit is getting back on them, brother. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, this is Psalms 50. This is Psalms 50, chapter 16. It says, but unto the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Because they hide behind peace, peace, love, love, the scriptures, being pious. They hide behind that, right? But the brother brought out the scripture. They talk a good game. They speak love, but inwardly they are drawn swords, right? Just like this good Christian, a white dude who, murdered these 10 Japhets. So it says, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my word behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, thou consentest with him, and hast been partakers of adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. All right, the Lord kept silence. He allowed them to reach their bounds of wickedness that they cannot pass. Right? It says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself. So here it is, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Okay? It says, thou thoughtest I was altogether such a one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So ultimately, the Lord is going to give them the big payback. But right now, the Lord has allowed them to do this.
All right, and they're only doing what their MO is. It's like it says, can an Ethiopian change his skin or a leopard his spots?
No, sir.
Then can he that is accustomed to do evil
Absolutely
do anything else? Roughly paraphrasing.
No, sir.
Nah, he's gonna do evil because he is the evil. And here it is, with the prophets are here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to rid our people from the hand of the wicked, from their grasp and their philosophies, and thinking that, oh, these folk is about you, for your good, love you, you know. You've seen a bunch of reporters reporting and bringing just your random folk that was around that supermarket in Buffalo. And they're just like, well, I don't know why the hate is, you know, and this is what does this mean, and why are they doing this, and what could we do? Nothing. They are the devil, all right, incarnate, and this is their job. You are not supposed to. You're supposed to understand that and know that the Most High keeping silence and allowing them to reach the bounds of wickedness that they cannot pay.
It's like the Lord said, going all the way back to Genesis, He's gonna put enmity between the woman and the serpent. The woman represents the nation of Israel, and the serpent represents Esau, Edom. So you're not going to get rid of that. You waste your time looking for one day this devil to like you. He's never going to like you.
I got one for you. Oh,
This is Daniel 12:10. Many shall be purified and made white inside, but the wicked
shall do
wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand. So you're gonna get the wicked, but like, no, I'm not. No, nigga, you off and you're going to be destroyed. The wicked cannot get it because if the wicked could get it, they wouldn't be wicked.
That's it.
They're wicked because they can't get it because they're wicked.
That's it. And I did videos before saying that this man is just your enemy. He said his hatred towards you is perpetual, man.
Yeah,
you never change.
Yeah, he said the works of the Most High are 2 and 2. There's the righteous, there's the wicked. They're made to be the wicked, and this is what they're going to do. And it's going to get worse and worse. You ain't seen nothing yet.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
That's right.
I want to read Mr. John Buffalo's.
John Buffalo.
It said, right, it said, look, you should see it. This old Edomite with one of them old straw hats sitting next to him. Yeah, it looked like he was there at quite a few hangings back in the day. But it says, and it is called John Buffalo I Am 97. So he's old as hell. But it said, and it says, I've been hunting animals for over 90 years. So I answered him and with Revelation 6 and 4. Genesis 27 and 40 is your lot.
Right.
But Revelation 18 and 6 and Ezekiel 25, 12 to 14 is my lot.
That's right.
See you on the day of the Lord.
That's right. And then Genesis.
Matter of fact, somebody want to grab those scriptures real quick.
I got the Genesis 27 and 40.
It's like that movie Surviving the Game with Ice-T.
Con.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all set up by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is his movie, man. So he set the wicked for the day evil. So he giving that role to these Edomites, these so-called white people.
I got a precept for you. So Esau has made himself as the angel of light, you know. So that's why they showing the news and shit. It's always the reason why. They always find the reason why this child did this. He was a good child. Just like in Australia a couple years back when that Edomite killed all them damn Muslims.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know where this came from. He's such a good Christian. You know, right?
But see, well, as soon as they see
angelic son,
that's just it.
Angelic son.
White Christian extremism is the reigning kings of terror 500 years in running.
Hello.
They are undefeated. They are undefeated. Matter of fact, did anybody find that news clip with John Lennon?
I put it in the order room.
Lemon, when he said it and white America got upset because he told the truth?
I'll pull it up.
Go ahead, brother.
Now this Job 20 and 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So Esau like to make friendly with Jacob. But let's keep going. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Esau still got that perpetual hatred. It never went anywhere. They may walk by you. Everybody called it the Edomite smile.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's real. Look, yesterday, before all that madness happened, on my way to camp, I'm on the 29, headed to camp. Right there in front of the Chicago theater, you know, people like to get in the middle of the street and take pictures right there. Right?
Yep.
Because they got like the little lines for the island. Yeah. And that was a young Jake, probably within his early 20s, good-looking young brother, with his braids in and had on the suit. You know, you could tell he was fit, he was in shape, and he had a badass Edomite. And she was out there in her little dress, and they got some kind of like things in their hands is letting off smoke, and they taking all these pictures, and everybody taking pictures. And you know what? All the Edomite men had this look of just, because the broad was bad. They were just so envious and so much hate. So was a nigga woman on the side with all them damn 5 babies. And none of them looked alike either. Right? Like they all had different dads. But they all was standing
Baby's
at him,
kids.
man. You can see. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, this hatred for Jake is real, man. Because Jake winning out here, man. You know? You know, on one level, on that level, man, Jake winning, man.
Yep.
All right? And them Edomites were just envious. But all I can say is just, hey, look, get used to it.
Right.
And as far as Elam and Moab, because everybody was staring at them. And everybody was staring at them, man. The whole street was staring at them. Because they standing in the middle of the street. You know?
Hey, plus Jake out here during the whole pandemic, really Jake been doing actually real good. Now Jake been living life. Like Jake went from being at the bottom to damn near middle class because all the fucking shit that Esau done been giving out. You got niggas riding Hellcats.
They all got the secret sauce. They all on TikTok going into it. Get the LLC, get the 50K loan with this, get the car and the business name, don't you listen to it, you get the write-off. They putting all the secret sauce on TikTok.
And they giving it away. And now a lot of Jakes is coming up. And with the lot of these Edomite women, they coming, they like, oh, we ain't got to deal with you no more.
And that's just it. And that's what, and you know, and I said that in the lesson because and Esau tore his ass in his own society by elevating a woman over men.
Yeah.
And it screwed him. Yep. Because now his own women, once they get money, they don't care about they'll get with Jake.
Yep.
You know, just like the nigga woman would get with Jake. You know, and we'll get with the show Ain't Shit Ain't Jake, the Ain't Shit Jake as they would call him.
Right.
You know, because who sent me that video where Tommy Sotomayor broke down how, you know, all these women, basically it came down to the fact that all these women, 80% of these women were all banging the same dudes, man.
Yep.
All right? Because he spoke about, what's his name, Future, which I can't stand that nigga. All right? But he talked about how Future was complaining about all these damn, about how Valentine's Day was messing him up, you know, with all these damn women and shit. But then, you know, he had a party, and all these women were still at the party. No, he already, what he call them, 19, 11 kids? He already got all these damn, they were already all there. And I was just looking at another thing with Chris Brown. Chris Brown had a party at his house, and it was 104 women there and just 4 men.
That's a good party.
It's a great party.
So all these women were willing to do whatever they needed to do, so that they can get their time, their moment.
Right.
All right. But you had Chris Brown and 3 other men and 104 women.
And that's why these people like women shot that bitch up, cause they pissed. I'm read this. I'm finished. They mad at Jake. They like, you ruining the country. They blame. The country's bankrupt, they blame Jake for that.
Yeah.
They women is dealing how they dealing, they mad at Jake for that. Alright, they hate, they said, I seen this shit with my own eyes. They said it's the worst time. They said, in fact, I believe it was, nobody got it worse than straight single white men. Right. Perfect. Alright, so they shot themselves in the foot.
Married white men are complaining too.
Yep. All that political correctness, they fucked themselves over. Should have just been the devil. Never took your foot off the gas, never did it covertly, and just did it openly, man. It's Job 20 and 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their good. His bones are full of the sin of his youth. He's still the same wicked devil, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet, here's the point, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. All right, so this devil is now he's raising back up to show he's the devil, man.
Yeah.
He had that shit hiding under his tongue. Now he's ready, like it says in Nahum, he's going to recount his words. He's going back to that old violence. So he's going to recount his words and rush the wall again.
Right.
He's going back to that old violence, man.
You got Edomites that give toast to Dylan Roof.
Come.
Right?
Come.
You know, Dylan Roof died violently in jail. You know, niggas got his ass. All right? But you best believe that whether this was a psyop or not, and I believe it was a psyop, but either way, this new Peyton Gunderlin, I think it's Gunderlin, right?
Yeah, Gunderlin.
This Peyton Gunderlin dude, this dude gonna get held a hero, man. And we still don't know the stats on what's going on in Laguna Woods, California right now. You know, we still waiting to see how that's gonna turn out. 5 people shot, 1 dead. All right, but it's like, damn, well, the copycat started that quick the next day. So it's like Benji's reading the scripture and giving the breakdown of what's going on within these right racist Christian extremism. You know, these white Christian extremists. You know, the terror acts from them is just going to increase, man. All right, they showed you that in the movie The Purge. The dude said, "Hey, we gotta clean the country. We gotta get everything black and brown got to go." All right, and guess what? Elam is talking about your ass too. You too, Ishmael.
Yep.
So they don't want you either.
All right, he's already to fight against the Lord, so you don't lose his kingdom.
And his own people.
Right, how much more us?
Right.
He's got a space force to fight against Yahweh Shai. This man ain't finna let us just take over. Hell no.
Yeah, you got Edomite women on you know, with accents. Talking about, I am a race trader, I am a race trader. Right. Yeah. Esau ready to go, hey, and all you Edomite women that like getting with these heathen men, Jake included, you best believe you and Esau's targets too.
They really are.
There's a video in Amsterdam, young Jake at this fine Edomite cop. You know, she had the typical blonde hair.
Yeah.
He like, can I ask you a question? She like, what is it? Then that ugly ass, Oriole looking ass Edomite man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Start pushing on this shit like
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, man. He saw that.
Yeah, that's what she was going. Go back to his old self, man. The Moors come out.
And the thing, and Esau only really, because Esau only really wants his women to procreate. He don't really want women. Esau's really, you know, he's really a mole by nature, man.
Yep.
Naturally, they really are. All right, especially during times of war.
They are admittedly clean contrary. You clean contrary to the will of the Lord. That means you go against the nation.
Yeah, because they set that up during the pagan Roman Empire. Almost all those emperors went into men and boys. They only had wives to procreate to give them sons so that they can keep their their thing going. Outside of that, they didn't really want to deal with women. All right, it's more than
I got another one.
Oh, go
This
bring it up.
Revelation 12 and 12. Classic. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And they say in the kingdom slip away. The economy is talking about the dollar. Unemployment is at an all-time high. You saw what happened with the steward in the parable how Shah said. When he was finna lose his stewardship, he said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. Esau ain't ready. They don't know how to get on the grind, hustle, and supplant and do this. They just lose it, man.
Yeah, because Esau came up in a system that was fixed and rigged. His system was fixed and right. He's the one to talk about handouts. He got everything that he has through handouts, through a rigged system that played in his favor. And now the problem is that system is not working for him anymore, and he's angry.
Yeah, you can't back innovation.
All right.
Esau is the greatest copycat from the beginning. He is the greatest reverse engineer from the beginning.
Well, that's why Elon Musk is actually complaining how technology is going backwards. Well, really, we the ones who created everything. So, of course, look what y'all did to our people. Y'all destroyed them. They took out the different programs out of school. So a lot of Jake, they ain't using their brain no more. They're not creating shit.
The original innovation started from the plantation. The reason why there was a broom is we got to start picking up shit with our hand. We invented the motherfucking broom. We invented the dustpan because we started and the mop,
Air
everything.
conditioning.
To the air
Washing
conditioning,
machine,
to the washing
drying
machine, the
machine.
motor, and everything. Well, I was about to
Toilet.
build it up, but the Spirit
Yeah.
said, okay, build it up.
Everything.
And that's why the Spirit built it up quickly. Because the bottom line is we were in this shit, doing this shit, and we'll find better ways to do this shit. That's where innovation came. We were sitting there looking at this goddamn Edomite. This motherfucker's getting on my goddamn nerves. This light keep flickering. This shit can't get this motherfucking shit. The motherfucker would just curl this shit. I tried to tell this motherfucker, just curl. Let's just curl. Okay, look, motherfucker, look, just curl the motherfucking shit. Look, watch it. Bam.
Thomas.
Oh, shit. Yes, nigga. We had, the Lord gave us that spirit. Jeremiah 55 and what's that? 55:19. You are the former of all things, and the Most High is Him that started. We are the children and sons and daughters of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We are creators because the Father is the creator.
Yep.
He's taught us and given us, and He even said it in the scriptures. We invented clever things, engines, and we invent wonderful things. That's what we do.
Y'all always trying to make things easier.
Even to this day, go look up so-called Black American inventions. And you're going to see that every single invention, if you take it away, we would be back in the Middle Ages, Dark Ages.
I got a book about it. And the book is called Finally Acknowledgement or something like that. I have to go dig it up. Matter of fact, the top gave me that book so many years ago. But basically, it's a book. Because I was looking to buy it, and the book was like $150.
Wow.
And he had it. He just gave it to me. And I was like, damn, why does this book cost so much? But when you open it up, a lot of it's probably even more now, but a lot of the inventions that are used every day in America, that's how I found out about Latimer with the light bulb, that it wasn't Edison. That he actually took him to court and won in court because Edison. But they go to show you how racist these white Christian extremists are, because these Cajuns of Caw. Because they have those court records of how it was proven that this black man invented the light bulb, all right. But yet in all their textbooks and all their history books, you still got Edison. They make movies and Edison didn't do it at all. Edison was actually not as smart as he was.
He was a failure.
And he basically but he tried to claim it.
They stole a lot of Tesla's technology.
All right. So and we believe that Tesla was a Jake.
And not the modern day Tesla.
For the simple fact that Tesla wanted to give electricity and power to cities for people for free.
Right.
And the small headers was like, oh no.
For free though. We can do this.
Yeah, he was like,
no.
No,
we give them nothing for free.
There is nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Hey, no, Tesla's financier was J.P. Morgan.
Yeah.
Chase.
You know, how they make fun of Jacob watermelons and shit. The story behind that, Jacob making a killing, farming watermelon and shit.
And everybody eats watermelon.
And everybody eats watermelon.
The cases of Caw included.
Right.
Right. They eat watermelon too, man.
So what they did, they got jealous of Jake. They vilified Jake eating watermelon and shit. Then they took all the watermelon industry and shit, man. Because Jake was balling, man.
Selling them, growing them.
But to this day,
spot
right here on 100.
Yep.
102nd, 103rd, 102nd.
On the right side of Halstead, yeah.
101st and Halstead.
Yep.
Niggas can't wait till that motherfucker.
Around this time every year, they bring trucks from Mississippi
Alabama.
all the way over here, and they bring the Mississippi grown watermelon. Even to where the point now
With seeds.
But see now,
Yep.
even now they sell now with seedless watermelons too.
Those didn't sell.
They do both of them now, and
Yeah.
I saw that now. Man, yes,
Yeah.
they sell both of them now.
But those didn't
They
sell.
try to please.
That actually prefer
You got dummies
Right.
who don't know no better. Who gonna ask for seedless.
Dumbass.
And
I ain't
but
gonna eat
you
all
know
of
what?
them seedless.
Them the same dummies
Yeah.
that click off the videos when they and turn on some some nigga shit. They will turn us off and turn on Future.
Even when it comes to video games and the internet, two things that America, not only America but the whole world loves. The first video game console Jake did.
Honestly,
It was a nigga. But of course, but what
And I think Atari stole it from him or something.
he didn't have the capital. Of course, like what they do, they
Just
reverse
like what happened
engineer.
on my clock.
They reverse engineer the shit.
You know, I designed the clock. They do the same shit, man. Bastards.
You know, even with the fiber optics, these motherfuckers wouldn't have internet if it wasn't for it. They wouldn't have a high speed internet. They would still fuck with this slow ass dial up shit.
Brother, they would not be able to fly.
Well, look, you know what? Look, what's used today more than anything else? What technology is used the most more than anything else?
Cell phone.
Close, no cigar.
Television.
One more time.
Nope.
Internet.
GPS.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go, man. So that alone destroys any but you still got colleges that will teach Darwinism though. So how is it that all these things were created by Negroes, but yet you still teaching Darwinism? That's that white Christian extremism hatred, man.
Yep. We just got so-called got a cat too. He trained all of
Plus Esau MO is death.
Right.
He doesn't promote life. He doesn't promote life. Jake, a natural thing. Even in their fucking wicked state, they won't do the shit that Esau did do. All right, when we was ruling in the Dark Ages, we ain't fucking castrate Esau and fucking cut babies out of
shit was dead.
Yeah.
Right, we on with all that shit, man.
We have balance that we would not pass.
Yeah, we have. It's like, look, we over you, but you know,
get the fuck out of here.
Right,
don't,
exactly.
Don't come over here.
Right, we beat your ass and that be the end. Right? Okay. Right. When your women made bed winches and handmaids, but outside of that, for nobody trying to exterminate you, man. But now that you said that, he's anti-life.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Get Don.
Let's hear what Mr. Don Lemon had to say about white Christian extremist terrorists here in America.
And his boyfriend's a Mo.
I want to talk about fear mongering. I want to talk about a blatantly racist appeal by President Trump and his party. An ad that the president tweeted today, an ad that shows you just how willing he is to use lies and scare tactics to terrify his base with just 6 days to go until the midterm. The ad beginning with a chilling confession from a brutal criminal, a man the ad identifies as an illegal immigrant. And he is. And he is a really bad guy. Nobody's going to defend this guy. The point is, though, that this brutal criminal is what President Trump wants you to think about when you think about an immigrant. Just consider that. President Trump, who's the son of an immigrant himself.
Where's the one when he calls a white man? I think you got the wrong. What's this? Where's the one when he's talking about the white people being the most dangerous thing in the world? That's the wrong thing, man. This ain't the right thing at all. Yeah, that was a big fumble, brother. Like, huge. Turn that shit off, bro.
Yo, that's what hired. Who posted this?
I posted that.
That's why Ariana posted it. He gets a cut. He hired, bro.
Yeah, you didn't vet it. You didn't look at it, brother. No, that's the wrong clip. That was a big fumble, brother.
Salaki, I can't.
No, it's the one with Don Lemon.
I did that. Salaki.
Don Lemon, come on, find it. Somebody quick.
I'm right here.
When Don Lemon said on the news that the most dangerous thing in America was armed white men.
I got the quote.
How could that be mixed up with this?
Oh no, this might be.
Oh no, sneak that second up in there.
No, this is it. Skip to the 4 minute.
Yeah, that's it.
No, skip to the 4 minute mark and start like 40
Just
seconds.
right there.
Yeah. I hope this right. I ain't just
He did it on the White House lawn today.
Nobody's coming in. We're not allowing people to come in. Immigration is a very, very big and very dangerous, a really dangerous topic.
And he did it on Twitter to his over 55 million followers.
See a bitch redeemed you, brother.
A desperate attempt to avoid a reckoning at the ballot box, because everyone out there in America has a chance next Tuesday to cast their verdict on his presidency so far.
He
The
put it in the
president
orders wrong.
knows that. And the president is using fear and hate to try to distract you from the truth. Well, tonight I also want to talk about some uncomfortable truth.
Yeah, okay.
The truth about who really carries out domestic terror attacks.
There it is.
Earlier this week, I made some comments about that in the conversation. I said that the biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men.
Run it back.
That angered some people. But let's put emotion aside and look at the cold country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men. About that in the conversation.
Remix.
I said that the biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far. About that in the conversation with Chris. I said that the biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men. That angered some people. This terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men. That angered some people.
Okay, let it play.
I said that the biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men. That angered some people. But let's put emotion aside and look at the cold, hard facts. The evidence
Pause
is
it.
overwhelming.
That is critical race history.
Facts.
Not theory. No, you can keep it on the screen. But critical race history, all right, is the history of the white Christian extremists in America. That is the face of true terror worldwide.
right.
Has always been and
right.
still is.
That's right.
Always trying to change the story and change the narrative. Okay, we haven't forgot about what happened in the so-called Middle East, where weapons of mass destruction, over 1 million citizens were killed, and there were no weapons there, and they knew it before they went in. All right, but yet no one got into trouble, and there was no one punished, no one went to jail. But you know what? A lot of people got extremely wealthy, and not to mention something about all that gold that disappeared too, because there was a lot of gold in Iraq that just got put into military pickup trucks and dump trucks, haulers, and never seen again. But let them finish.
A recent report from the Government Accountability Office shows that even though more people died in attacks connected to Islamic extremists, the vast majority of deadly attacks in this country from 2001 to 2016 were carried out by far-right violent extremists. The Washington Post,
Christians,
writing about this today, cites a 2017 report from the Nation Institute's Investigative Fund. It found that far-right plots and attacks outnumber Islamist incidents by almost 2 to 1. The Anti-Defamation League says that homegrown extremists of all kinds.
All right, and it wasn't no Islamic extremists until they went over there and started fucking with them people. All right,
and then the ones that say are ain't even.
And they really reason they started fucking with those people because they wanted their resources and they weren't willing to play ball, or they wanted to use money. They didn't want to be a slave to your money system, and they wanted to use their own money system backed by gold. So you demonized them and then did what you did, man. You like we said, man. You Edomites, man. You cages of Car. You pale males, man. You are the reigning undisputed terrorist champions. 500 years and running, man.
That's right.
5 undefeated.
Right.
All right. You have no equal. All right. But you will, because the king of terrors is coming.
That's right.
And he's gonna show you terror, man.
That's right.
He's gonna show you terror.
Yeah, he kept silence. He allowed you to do all these things for a purpose and for a time, and that time is almost up. Here it is. We just telling you about it. The Lord gonna come and be about that action.
So he
and everybody, he winked. Oh yeah, wink. Yeah, he winked at it. He allowed you to do that, but he's coming back to tap that ass. And every one of our people that's with this place, that's down with this place, you gonna get a part of that judgment as well.
And that word wink, and when he said at time past, he winked at, but now commands all to repent. The word wink means not attended to, overlooked, not punished, not just I winked. No. He said no. I didn't jack your ass up. That means there will be a jacking up.
I got precept.
This Psalms chapter 37, verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming.
That's it.
All right, hey man, the Lord's gonna get them, man. He laughing at you because he knows that there's a bounds that you cannot pass, man. All right, he's gonna come after your ass.
He's allowing you to build sin upon sin. He's allowing you to fulfill your measure of wickedness, man. That's what's gonna make your judgment that much more horrific when it finally comes. Like all this big tab you gotta pay.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. See, the scriptures say, well, look at one grain of evil seed and what it would do and how much it will propagate. You have to remember that one grain of evil seed that someone takes on and propagates, it's hurting someone who's righteous. And then the Lord says, the righteous complain continually before the Lord. So all the shit that the wicked are doing is causing all the righteous to come to the Most High and say, sigh and cry, and say, look at this is going on. Look at what that's going on. Lord, look at this and look at that. And that's why the Most High is saying, y'all are inexcusable. Oh, man.
I was watching War of the Worlds last night. And that movie is real spiritual because the Lord said He's not going to meet you. Yeah, He said He's not going to meet thee as a man. And the scripture that say that the land can't be cleansed except by the blood of them who shed it. When you watch that movie, Esau was completely outgunned, out everything. This one was with old technology, you know. But what they was doing was they was cleansing the land because of all the bullshit that Esau did, because they was grinding them up and spewing their blood over the land. It showed a symbolism that Esau got to fucking go. The land got to be cleansed.
Never even thought about it like that.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, because they was grinding them up and they was spitting their blood all over the land. Because the scriptures say that the land can't be cleansed except for them who shed the blood, you know. So the Edomites, hey, look, Esau, no. The scriptures say the devils believe and do tremble. Hey, look, you make
when
movies.
They cut that live stream with that Israelite. He was freaking out.
Yeah, come. So here it is, Esau. You know it's a rap for you, Jack. You little peon Edomites, y'all done let the elites trick you that you really fighting against the real superpowers of the universe, man. Not only Yahweh Shai, but also his sons, man.
Apple of his eye.
The apple of his eye was really talking about the elect.
Who gonna have control over the elements?
God.
All right. You're talking about you talking about your real X-Men here, man. You talking about the true Justice League. What was that dude name in that movie? Mr. Manhattan?
Oh yeah. Wasn't nothing he can do. Wasn't nothing he couldn't do.
Squash the tank.
And with his mind, and this is boom, boom, and he was so cool.
It's called the Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
The Watchmen. Who are the true Watchmen? The Israelites.
I happened to 2-in-1. I had on my watch. And I was sitting in the tower and see what he was saying to me.
Matter of fact, grab that and somebody get 2nd Ezra 9th chapter 2.
And that's how. See, a lot of people, they don't understand when Yahushua said, when Peter said, Lord, we've done all that you said to do. We've given up everything. What we going to get? He said, you are going to sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And he said they're going to be partakers with Yahushua. People to this day don't understand. To this day, they don't understand that there are saviors. That's in the book of Nehemiah, the book of Obadiah. That's going to come on Mount Zion to save yours. So they're thinking that it's only going to be the Lord, and as in what they think is in Jesus, which is Yahweh Shai, and that's in totality. It's going to be the ground forces and the heavenly forces coming down. The ones who already died, he said they're going to be raised up first.
And I'm looking at this chart, man. And the truth be said, this chart is still off. The matter of fact, that little part that with the blue, that everybody else will be less than that. All this falls on Esau, because when you look at all the hangings, the picnics, all the hangings of the Gadites, the killing of the natives, you know, like we said, 500 years. As a matter of fact, the little white line with the blue would be everyone else. Everything else would be red, like this red him that had the peak. Matter of fact, read that Revelation 6:4 again. All right, that this chart is way off, way off. That little white line would represent the Islamic extremists and everyone else combined. Everything else would be the right wing extremists, which makes up the white Christian extremists terrorists here in America, the pale male with the bald face. I always tell you, beware of pale males with bald faces. All right, they're the most dangerous things that are walking the earth, man.
So who dropped two bombs on two defenseless cities, man?
Right, non-combatants.
It killed hundreds of thousands of people.
Kids walking down the street.
Kids ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know what I'm saying?
Baby,
You dropped the atom bomb. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the bomb.
But America was never tried for war.
That's war crime. That's a war crime. You know what I mean? You killed.
Yeah, they dropped it on civilians, non-combatants.
Exactly. That was never done as war crime, though.
This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Right, and that was his blessing in Genesis 27th chapter. All right, he was given a great sword and he used it, man. All right, get that Habakkuk and that Ezra about the chapter.
Second Measures 9.
Habakkuk, yeah.
I got no best already.
Second Measures 9 and 1. It said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
There it is. Keep going.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
There it is, man. So all these things are happening, man, like never before. Because you know you would have these non-believers and these skeptics and these scoffers. Oh, it's always been wars. It's always been violent people. Blah blah blah.
There's more to the story, Jack.
Yeah, no, nothing. There's never been anything on this earth like what's going on now. You got a lot of older people saying that they've never seen.
Right, that's right. But even then, they'll say, "Oh, it's always been slavery." You're absolutely right. There's always been slavery, but there's never been slavery like this slavery. There's never been a slavery in antiquity.
Well, people didn't know who they were.
To tell you, I'm going to take away your heritage,
right?
Your culture, your where you from. Now I'm telling you from the island of Boo Boo, and I'm gonna make up some goddamn shit. You at least was a slave.
You're Jamaican.
Know where you were from, and even back in the day, they'll allow you still to serve your own power.
Yeah, right.
Now they like.
Well, one of the best way, if you didn't want a slave rebellion, you let the slaves hold on to that culture. Right? You take their culture away, and then you're gonna have problems. That's common sense.
Man,
you know.
I mean, how the fuck you gonna tell me you're not an Israelite no more? You're now an African American, which ain't shit. If people even call themselves African American, Africa is a continent with over 55 countries, man. So if you're just calling yourself the continent, you're from 55 different fucking countries. That's the stupidest thing I've read.
And America refers to two continents.
Right.
Come on. Come on. You got South and North. Right. North and South America, and then North America got fucking Canada. Oh, Canada.
That's still
yeah, but I was saying South America and North America, and I was saying South America.
No, but it is considered the fourth quadrant, though. That's what the dot comes from. Because they were calling it Canada because they were saying this was the new Canaan. So it was kind of duh, right? So there you go, man.
Canaan, duh.
Right. So that makes sense. So when you look at it that way.
Esau a fucking demon, though. Man.
You got it? You good.
I got a wisdom level on the right now, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you for example, this is back to 2. And I'm gonna start at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So Esau just can't be right, man. Face it, you up there crying. Why would he do this? Because he hates you, man.
Facts.
He hates you, and he hated us. We was in the womb together.
Facts.
Esau was our twin brother.
Yep.
An evil twin brother, man. The other son, all right? That's what it is. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, he to keep it at home, who enlarges desire his hell, and is as death. and cannot be satisfied. He wants everything, right? But gathers unto him all nations and giveth unto him all people. How do you do it? Get down and lay down. That's his philosophy.
Yeah.
Join with us, or we bomb you and you join with us.
Right. Esau want to eat his plate and eat yours too.
I want bread. Yep. You know, all the resources. What was Solomon? The 2nd chapter. What do you say? Let us use the world up as in our youth. We'll use it speedily. They want all the resources, man, because they know that their time is short. They know they don't have this thing available. So they don't want nobody to have it left. They don't want no animals left, no land left, nothing. I ain't gonna be here and have it. Nobody can fucking have it.
That's Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. That's basically the same spirit that they're coming in.
That mindset. That
if I didn't have
said the
shit. It's like, brother, it's like, that's them. That's them. They don't give no fucks. Fuck you. We got about 2 minutes left. It's 2 minutes left. We about to have our fun. If you ain't gonna interrupt this, we gonna kill you too. Cause you say you
got the nigga that flipped the game over.
Yeah.
Right.
Or reset it when you finna win. They reset it.
Pull the memory card out.
They getting dubbed.
Pull the
Hey, in that movie Noah, they showed you in that movie Noah, because Tubal Cain, he said in the movie Noah, he said, damned if I do, damned if I don't, damned if I don't do just that. Basically, so he was like, I'm fucked if I try to do good, I'm fucked if I do bad. But I'm going to just do what I got to do. I'm going to do everything.
His ass just, because the Lord told Cain, if thou makest well, thou receivest well.
Come.
So that movie is another line of Esau, because that ain't how the Lord works.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Esau just the devil, right? What verse? 6. Should not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him to say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that layeth himself in thick clay. And that's how the world is looking at Esau now, man. They like, how long left is this devil going to rule over us, man? These other nations are turned against America, man. All right, and you got Ishmael, Moab. They refer to you as the devil, man. All right, what happened in South Africa a couple years back, man? The white man must go.
Right.
They ready to bring your ass, man.
White man must die.
On the whole damn planet. How is the world in debt? Who the fuck the world in debt to, man? The world owe money to aliens, nigga? How the whole damn planet in debt?
And that's what the Gravitas chick just said. You know,
who was American in debt too?
How basically the whole world is headed toward what's going on in Sri Lanka. If we can get some footage of what's going on in Sri Lanka right now, that whole world is headed there, and it's causing a problem. And they're you remember a couple weeks back in the Caribbeans,
no money in the
there was no money at the ATMs, and now they're having the same issues in Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka is so wild. The people are so out of order right now that they sent their soldiers out in the street with if you break curfew, shoot to kill. And then I just heard how small head, bald head. Just put out the order that nobody 16 or younger can be downtown after 6 p.m. Thursday through Sunday now.
After what time?
Thursday through Sunday. Just made
after what time?
After 6 p.m. Nobody 16 years old. Right? Yep. Small head, bald head. Put that order out, man.
Little Larry.
That you know that little nigga Larry Hoover. Right. Yeah, I saw the meme with E.T. and Beetlejuice. He said, please wear condoms. And they were holding a baby, small head, bald head. But and it did look like both of them. It was hilarious.
It made perfect sense.
But it made perfect sense. But she just put out an order that no one under the age of 16 can be downtown after 6 p.m. So the police gonna start snatching up these youth, and that's gonna cause a problem too.
Them the wild motherfuckers.
We gonna have angry parents, but you know what?
Them little niggas, with the guns.
But you know what? But that exactly. With the single moms who collect the child support on their ass, with all them different daddies, and they don't even know who the real daddy is. They just picked, got some dude paying child support, ain't even his damn kid. And they, you know, that type of shit.
It was a video on TikTok with some.
But yet you independent though. But you need child support.
God. It was a video on TikTok about some dudes who snuck some guns in the school.
Yeah.
And they had like 15, 20 guns. And they was shorties. You know what I'm saying? They was like 13, 14, 15.
Them 16-year-old niggas, the violence we done seen over this past week, it wasn't them. It's niggas our age.
Yep.
Niggas our age, they the ones putting the scriptures and trying to keep up
Yeah,
with these young niggas.
yeah.
I had a nigga that I went to high school with. He tell me these young niggas out here crazy. They doing this and that. And at the end of the conversation, his whole point was to say, "That's why I'm doing all this. That's why I got to switch on my shit." That I'm like, nigga, no, you taught these young niggas this shit, and you still doing it.
Because he was raised by one of them single mamas.
Big homie, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you was with me.
Yeah, the big homie, yeah.
Yep. And single mama, exactly.
I'm saying that's scared because a 50-year-old man just killed my son's auntie. 50, he popped her ass after the fight was over with. She was fighting her wife, and he came down and just popped her ass.
Well, first,
She was fighting his wife?
Yeah.
and he came up.
After the fight.
His house.
Well,
After the fight was over, though.
but this right here, this is an example
Yeah.
of the wickedness of Esau Edom, because this is not how you do shit. Mayor Lori Lightfoot enacts a weekend curfew after 3 shot, 1 killed near Millennium Park Bean. So you're gonna say nobody under 16 can come downtown? First of all,
They were
majority-
organizing on social media and meeting like this.
right.
All right. So these little niggas are out of order, man. But see, this is all a sign of the time. This is just clearly a sign of the time, man.
And they're not the ones doing the shootings. Majority of people killing ain't 16.
And
All right, those are fucking.
And you still got these Edomites putting on them prosthetic suits,
Bro,
coming out shooting
bro.
up people up, and nobody wants to
Bro,
acknowledge
bro,
that, man.
bro, they
You got
ain't on
these
the level that they
Edomites
are, and
putting
so
on
what they
those
are. So
damn
what?
those black so-called black masks with the gloves,
Niggas
and they going out and they commit murders and shooting in different neighborhoods, you know, and people thinking it's their ops, and they keep all that. They keep the gang wars going, man. Then they collect. Meanwhile, they're collecting up organs from all these little niggas and you know, and on the black market and selling them to these rich occasions of car who got the money to pay for it.
Get out.
Get out.
Hey, not to mention what's going to happen down the pipe with what the governor of Texas did when he did that political stunt. He had those trucks started search one by one at the border, and then all the protocol went bad. And I remember when I was watching when they were talking about the EU, when they were going to separate, when they were going to do the Brexit, how though basically the way that they have it timed is any extra delays on top of regular docking time and all that will spoil the goods. That's what they were talking about in Europe. So Europe's going to have it, but you just had the governor of Texas do it to a bunch of trucks that had fresh vegetables that was supposed to come in from Texas. So they're manufacturing this food shortage. They're manufacturing everything that's going to go down because on top of getting Jake all inside, all packed up back inside, you're gonna have those food shortages, and that's coming again. So whoever didn't think that those things were gone, everything's going back, this shit's about to come right back, man. But like they said, now harder, now more strenuous. Now I know 16-year-olds, now they're being specific because before it didn't matter the age group as long as you had a justification to be out. She's gonna target these little kids, you know, that's only gonna make them like motherfuckers that are causing the damage. But on top of that, you're gonna have Jake was getting wild with the avocado shortage just like recently. But on top of that, at 30 days, the delay that they just had with it was like I believe over 100 trucks, if somebody could look it up. It was in Texas. But he did a political stunt where he said, you know what? Since Mexico is shiesty, we have to go through every single truck. And they went through every single truck. And most of them were produce, and you know what produce? If it's not chilled, it's not taken care of. Well, a couple hours messes everything up, and that's exactly what just happened, man.
Damn. This is back in the back of two. And
Me too.
exactly. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be booty, thou shalt be for booties and smells. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Esau got a lot to pay for, man, and everybody's going to turn against this devil, man. He's a violent man, and that violence is showing. I mean, they ain't never went nowhere, but it's about to be even on their so-called everyday citizens, man. And Isaiah 19 ain't written for no reason. The Egyptians should fight against the Egyptians. All right, the Lord is putting that spirit of vengeance out there amongst the people. And even these niggas, man. All right? What's that, Sirach 36? Spirits created for vengeance. We're at the end. It's
39.
getting more violent out here. On every level, man. Esau, fucking niggas.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting more violent. Motherfuckers at the beach. Nigga was telling me she at the beach. and then like 2 cars over, they start shooting or whatever. So motherfucker get dropped, man. It's getting crazy out here, and it's perfect.
That's right.
All right.
Perfect.
It's time to
Perfect.
sell out of here, man.
That's
Maybe
right.
kill more of each other.
That's
Right.
right.
Make sure that protect us, man.
That's right.
I have one real quick. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 7, just to tie everything in, whether it be fucking curfews, huh?
Go on top and then skip down.
All right. Whether it be curfews, whether it be the white Christian extremism. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is letting all this happen to tie into that Romans 9. He's letting this devil, puff up so the Lord can show his power.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where you want me to start up?
Shit, I'll start at 1 to like 3 and then skip down to 7.
2
and 8.
Thessalonians chapter 2, start at 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, Hamashiach Yahushua, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's where we're at right now. The man of sin, Esau, Edom, the Cajuns of Kar. He's being exposed. He's being shown to the world who he is. He's been that same devil since the beginning. But shit, when you talk about modern history, for the last 5 centuries, he's had his foot in our ass.
Yep, that's right.
He's been destroying the world.
That's right.
All right, this is who he is, right? It says, verse 4, whoso opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And he did that already. With Caesar Borgia. All right, he's trying to do it with this AI. All right, that nigga Elon Musk, he don't get a lot of sleep. All right, he's a puppet because what? He can't sleep, right?
No.
But he's
trying
working.
to run. Because he's trying to run.
No, the scripture
Right.
said they
That nigga
try, they
trying to
can't
run.
go to bed until they come up with another madness.
Con.
The wicked can't sleep, period.
No.
They don't get no real rest.
Like, and
Right.
That's what the whole thing with the Neuralink shit.
Right. I was gonna say he did an interview and talking about the Neuralink. He kept saying they. He's like, they're trying to hurry this thing up. They're putting pressure on me to do. This nigga just got billions of dollars, but he's showing you that it's some people higher than him that pulling his strings. Like, nah, look, nigga, this is what we need.
That's who owns Tesla. He
Done.
gets his dividends.
That's it.
Board of committees own it, and he got to perform.
And that's all that's all Esau corporate America is a board that runs shit. Esau, Edom, and the councils and the foreign relationship, the corporate America, they put this in the movie as in the dystopian when the corporations run shit.
Right.
No, they run shit.
They call it technocracy.
Yeah, the CFR, it's
Council
Council on Foreign Relations, man.
So I found out about the shooting in Asia.
Okay, I've been waiting.
The Lord is really putting the spirit of vengeance out because I did not expect this. They didn't show his face, but it was a Taiwanese church, and all the victims were Taiwanese. And the suspect is supposedly a 68-year-old Asian man who was from Vegas and went there and shot their ass up.
That don't even.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. But that spirit of vengeance is happening. So he went to a Taiwanese church.
Yeah.
And he's a 68-year-old Asian man. Went and shot up a bunch of Taiwanese.
Yeah.
That don't even sound right.
Yeah, that shit's
Real talk though. When my sister was up, when my daughter was in an accident, and I took one to go see.
Yeah, they took too
family.
long, and he's Asian. Yeah,
Right.
there's some e-fuckery going on.
But there's some hatred. There's a lot of unseated hatred in ex-Christians to Christians. That when my sister came back and we were here and we dealt with some of our other people who grew up in our church, and we're talking about the old church and how wicked they were. There is a deep-seated hatred from ex-Christians to Christians for all the shit that Christians have done to them.
That's why a lot of them witches and warlocks.
Yes.
And I was watching TikTok, man. I go through TikTok, a bunch of witches pop up, but it was one Jake. It's like it's all they do, but it's a bunch of nigga bitches, it's a bunch of niggas.
Hispanics.
But it was one nigga who he said, man, he said you can't feel that spiritual void. He said, I feel my spiritual void because he into the witchcraft now. But he said I got a vendetta towards the Christian deal. And he said it flat out. He said, but yeah, some of y'all still ain't filled your Christian void, but I filled my void. But you ain't did nothing but fill it with more wickedness. You shit.
That whole body be full of darkness. How great is that wickedness?
Yeah, this was Solomon 14. I'm going to bounce through it. 14 and 12. But the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. So idolatry corrupts life. Idolatry, it brings all the death that we see. It brings all. I'm going to just jump down. It's going to go into even more. Verse 20, 23. But whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, abortion is on rampant. We had all these states. Brothers was talking about different states out there. He was out there protesting again yesterday. It was crazy. Both Saturdays down there in downtown for the protest.
I saw the signs, and a lot of them signs had ACLU, Illinois on it too. So Jewish organizations support abortion. But they're supposed to be the people of the Lord.
We had an Edomite when he was teaching yesterday. He was walking with the crowd. Well, not with him, but he was walking with him. He walked up to us and he said, "We may not agree." He gave home Edomite still. And then he said, "But we can agree on this. No matter what religion is, what they're doing, what these heathens are be pointing at them." He said, "What these heathens are doing is the same as when they were doing child sacrifice to Baal and stuff."
Wow.
Yep. Christ my witness.
And it's funny you say that. Someone else said that too. Unbeknownst to your camp, and how the brother, I can't remember right now, but he was saying how that what they're doing at these churches and these wicked churches, they're child sacrifice. I think he was talking about your camp yesterday. How they're sacrificing these children at these wicked churches, these abortions, and the Church of Satan came out and fought in Texas because they stopped an abortion. Said, "No, you can't stop us from doing what our rituals is, our church thing, whatever." But that's the same vibration, and that's the same thing that's going on.
Yeah, verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, and also great plagues called they peace. So they fighting for this. They call these things peace, right? For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously, or grieved them by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms, straight wickedness. This is the spirit that's it's already out here heavy, but it's gonna get heavier on these people, man.
That's right.
All right, defiling of souls, changing of kind, transgenderism, right? Disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. So this idolatry, this Christianism, all this shit is putting a heavier spirit of destruction out there, man. This violence is going to increase, like Elder Wright was going to that Christian on Christian violence and hatred. It's going to be complete chaos out here.
Hey, did you see that made me think of what the scriptures say? Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
That's right.
Anything that is contrary to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh is witchcraft.
Right, and the penalty for witchcraft is death.
It's death. So that means that everybody who is not of Yahweh, which Jehovah righteous elect, are witches.
I think that's Samuel.
Yeah.
Yep.
That means everybody who, if you're not a righteous Israelite, you are a witch or a warlock.
We was just talking about that, man.
Sorcerer. If you're a rebellion, right? If you're a
the nigga woman scoffed at it.
Yeah, rebellion is a sin of death. That's what the scripture says.
So either you're a righteous Israelite in the truth, or you are a witch or a warlock.
So if you coming against the men of the Lord, if you're a woman constantly putting up comments and and arguing with the men of the Lord, or you just a scoffer. Period. A man just arguing with the men of the Lord, and you got no precepts, no understanding. You got that rebellion. That's going to get you destroyed.
I had to grab it because it's two parts of that scripture. It's 1 Samuel 15 and 23. A rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. So you an idolater. If you a stubborn motherfucker that refuses to get right, you an idolater. That's right. We just read about idolatry and what's coming. More violence, more theft, more chaos and marriages. Like everybody's fucking whores out here. All right, that's why people are sodomites out here.
I didn't have to. It's like some challenge. What did he say? I didn't have to walk in the room, my tool out, named Clap Clap
Yeah,
Clap.
the ass.
It's getting too loud. What the fuck is that, man? It's I clicked on a video and it was like 30 different bitches that was doing it.
You smell ass through the
I'm
phone.
like, what the? And then, right, then it even made the stirring the macaroni sound. I'm like, what the
God
fuck?
damn it, man.
This
TikTok
shit
a
is.
demon, man.
It's on YouTube too.
TikTok a demon.
So, cause someone took TikTok videos and put them on YouTube, made a compilation.
Oh, wow.
Cause you know, and the shit was about 12, 13 minutes long.
Right,
I watched
right.
about 2 minutes of it. I can't watch some more of that shit.
Too much ass.
No, cause some girls was clapping their ass.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
girls was clapping their breasts.
Right.
But
It's one with the bitch. She got the shorts, she got the tight shorts on. She showed her camel toe and she squeezed it on beat. I see the video.
Well, it just goes to show you, man, the whoredoms of these women. But yet, then they complain when they walking around like that, wearing stuff like that, and when guys are all gawking at them and looking at them.
Right.
You know, you walking down the street, it's some tight ass yoga pants, and all you see is lips.
Man, they out here in
You know?
lingerie now.
Yeah.
And bro. And their little string
Micro bikinis.
and their micro pasties.
Yeah, that's
over their
a micro bikini. That's just
Yeah.
basically it's just
Just
a
a
string
string.
with a little thing to cover your nipples.
Everything
A
else is
string and a little strip to just cover up your lip, but everything else is out. It's a thong, your ass cheeks out.
It's naked.
You naked.
Yep.
It's naked.
That shit wicked.
So that's okay. When they get grabbed up by a group of guys, it's gonna get too loud, all right.
It's
getting real loud.
Or a group of girls. Cause them dyke squats will be rocking, and them homo squats will
Them
be
sons
walking.
of Belial, man.
The sons of Belial.
You got bi-trainers out here.
Damn, they gonna snatch up do the couple. They gonna get Caligula on your ass.
Yes.
No, Caligula raped the dude and his wife.
They don't know about Caligula.
Yeah,
They don't know nothing about that.
He's right.
Caligula.
This nigga chained up the husband and the wife.
Both of them.
Didn't he fuck the horse too or something?
No, he made the broad fuck the horse.
Okay, yeah. That nigga, they don't know nothing about Caligula.
Yeah, he made the broad
wicked.
bang.
That's old.
She didn't want to bang the horse. He made her do it.
Yeah.
That African, I'll never forget the story, man. The African chick gave an account what they was doing when they came over there. I think it was South Africa. And them troops came, Edomite troops came.
The blue
Killed
hats.
the husband, killed the husband. Made her suck her husband's dead dick. Raped the daughter on top of the husband. And I think they raped her on top of the husband too.
On top of his dead body.
Esau. White Christians.
Those are your white Christian extremists. Like we said.
Showed up
we're
on
gonna
church
get ready to
on
wrap it
Sunday.
up. They're you're right, and they show up on church on Sunday with their family. All right.
God.
They are the reigning kings of terror, 500 years running undefeated. Right. But just know that their time is coming to an end, man. 'Cause they do have a bound that they cannot pass. The Lord is they're about to meet the king of terrors, man. All right, they're about to meet it, and you know, Revelation 18:6 and Ezekiel 25, 12 through 14. Those scriptures have to come to pass, and that's the end of you. You know. Right, then you go into slavery for 1,000 years, and after the 1,000 years of the most brutal slavery known in the history of mankind, after the 1,000 years of slavery, you're gonna get rounded up and get exterminated. Right, and the world will never have to look at paleness ever again. All right, anybody got any closing scriptures? Bring it out, brother.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like his arm rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. And you shouldn't be trusting your enemies anyway. That's the problem with you two-thirds. Y'all be trusting in going into this system, trusting into Egypt, trusting into this American way, and you're gonna be destroyed with it. You know?
You're being fooled by his phoniness, man.
Exactly,
We've
man.
been telling you he's your enemy, man.
You can't be fooled by a phony unless you are a phony.
Yep.
Exactly.
Police can't fool me again.
Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at this last remember my words and be picked therewith. Prick water. Yeah, man, you ain't even supposed to put this dude by you. Like y'all was just saying, he steal everything Jake do. He make it his own, capitalize on that, and make all the money, and don't give Jake shit. And y'all still want to trust this devil? Y'all still want to, put your hope in this system?
And well, you read now, it said, who will be a charmer that's bitten by the serpent, man.
Right, yeah, that's,
so you've been telling you that this man is your enemy. He's the devil, man.
That scripture was on my mind. I was watching Rambo last night.
Oh, shit.
With the snake. And I'm like, man, I'm stupid ass. He's right. He playing with the cobra,
Which one?
2 cobras. The one before the last one.
You're talking about the little boy kept on running and hitting the cobra, and the cobra trying to bite him, and he was moving back.
Well, he was kind of doing that, but he was sitting in front of him. He was running up.
That's it.
That was I think that was just called Rambo.
Yeah, just Rambo.
Yeah, that's what that was called.
That one was cold.
When the Christians went over there.
Oh yeah.
The minute.
To bring racist Christianity.
Right.
And lie to the Burmese, to the people in Burma about that.
That was the best Rambo.
Yeah, that was
That was the best one. It's the most graphic.
Actually, that one was really good, but the best one is the last.
Last one. Yeah.
Bring out the scripture, brother.
This is the book of Psalms.
Yeah, the last blood. That's the best one.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 5. It says, "They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment." And these Edomites, because the Lord has put a hedge around them, he's given the earth to the hand of the wicked, they think that they're going to be able to keep going with these violence and never going to have to pay for it, man. But the scriptures tell you that the triumph of the wicked is but for a moment, man. So the Lord is going to come back and judge these people, and they got a false sense of reality right now, man.
Yeah,
so
keep
keep
reading,
it
brother.
up, man. The Lord's going to destroy you.
That's why I say that we will not all quit the wicked, man.
That's right. That's right.
Matter of fact, jump down to verse 18 and read to 20. About the shot.
Because verse 18, it says, "Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest it down. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment?"
Right. Trying to figure out, wait a minute, we was ruling the world. How did this happen? Because you get ready to go rags, riches to rags.
That's right.
You can trading places get ready to happen.
That's right.
Right.
Rags to riches. Riches to rags.
Riches to rags, right. You was the man a minute ago. Right?
High school, you was the man, homie.
And it says they are utterly consumed with terrors. And those terrors are going to come for them, man.
Yeah.
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekwakadash.
Abba.